Hello everybody. How you doing? Thanks so much for coming in. I really appreciate it. Whether you're here for the live or whether you're here watching the replay, you're amazing. Thank you very much. So just pulling it up now so I can see who does come in and what's happening in the chat room. Okay. Maybe. All right, well, it looks like that's being a little bit stubborn. So before I get into that, I'll get my gloves on and explain the paints. So my pouring medium mixture has changed a little. What I'm doing now is using Acrylic pouring medium. I always have, well, not always, but for a long time. I like this brand. I'm very comfortable with it. So if I have an amount of paint that I'm about to mix up, so I've squeezed out half a tube. Half a tube could be 50 to 60 mils. So then I'll just go in with my pouring medium, and this is an old bottle that I've had house paint in because I like to reuse them. They're such a good size. So big opening in these bottles, and I like to, I'm not going to do it, just go do a big plop in there. So I've got plop, and then I'll mix that in. So then I will add approximately the same amount of paint that I had in there with Floetrol. So if that's not, it's not showing up. How am I going to watch the, there we go. So once that pouring medium blob is mixed in, I add approximately equal parts of Floetrol to the paint. And then if I'm doing a technique that requires it to be really quite fluid, for example, when you're using the hairdryer to just blow the paint, or specifically for a Dutch pour, it's great to have the paints a little bit more fluid for ease of movement. So for those ones, I'll add a bit of water at a time and stir it after that point. But if I'm doing flip cups or other things, it's like right now, oops, then it's generally around a really good consistency that I like. So there we go. Hello. Hi, Celine. Hey, Mom. So, all right. Randomly, the focus is going to be on green. So this is the emerald green from Creative Place. And this is mint from Semco. This one is neon green, Semco. And this one is another Creative Place, Hooker's Green Dark. Excuse me. This is Creative Place as well, but umber. And this is Creative Place, but it's crimson and yellow mixed together to create an orange. If you are ever creating an orange, use yellow as your majority color and just add tiny bits of red. Stir it, check it. The red can so easily take over the yellow, and then it's really hard to lighten it back up. And this is, no, can't find the bottle. This is another Semco from Spotlight, so this is the gold. Right, so we run through the paints and the pouring medium, so they're all the same with the pouring medium and the Floetrol. So we're going to try something on this canvas. We're sticking to the 8x10 because I really want to do this on a 16x20, but I thought I'd like to give it a go and see how it turns out on an 8x10 before I have to possibly rethink something or just go for it or whatever. So giving it a go first. Hi Judy, how you going? Oh, you're watching with a coffee. Nice. Coffee would be nice. Sounds good. All right, so because you are so far away for that group shot of the table, I will bring you down now. How is that? So you're pretty good there. Okay. All right, so I'm going to use the colors that I'm going to create one section, and that's going to be my focal point, my feature point. So we'll start with some white. Let me just quickly talk to you about my white. Whoops, sorry, wrong way. For so long, I was doing it the other way. This is Spring Brand Low Sheen Interior White House Paint, acrylic house paint. So this I mix with the Floetrol, approximately equal parts. But now I do the same thing as I do with the other paints. A big dollop into here of the pouring medium. So just giving it a try out, seeing if it sometimes it creates some little effects, and I don't want those at the time, so it's just giving it a go to see if I like the mix with that in it. So this is the white. What I'll do is put some into a cup. That way, if I don't use it all, I can just pour it back into this old Floetrol bottle. So I think that'll do it. All right, I'll put that off there. Awesome. Kay, how are you going? Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. Thanks so much for coming in. I myself am trying something new tonight, so we'll start with kind of just blobs, squiggles, whatever of colour in these areas. So this is going to be the getting a little bit happy with that one, a bit too much. So I'm live, yeah. Okay. This is the neon. Okay. So with the white, I'm going to go around that. And I probably should have filled the whole cup, but never mind. Trying to make it now so that there's paint covering approximately equal areas of the canvas. So there's a little bit left in there. I'll let that stay there. Just give that a moment. So what I've got here is 8-ply acrylic wool. This is a very general size of wool, 8-ply, I believe. So you can get it at most stores, craft stores, department stores maybe. So what did you mix your paints with the orange soda? How you doing? Orange soda. Oh, is that this one? Does it look like Fanta? Is that what you mean? So I've just cut off a length. Let's see how long I cut off. It goes down. This is an 8-inch by 10-inch canvas, so I pretty much cut off 18 inches. If that helps anybody. So that's 10 would be 45 centimeters. Yes. I'm going to mix paints with tonic water and see the cells. Oh, sure. Give it a go. See if they'll be effervescent. Right. So with this, oh, sorry, sidetracked with that. I'm just quickly going to push that to the edge. It's not going to be fancy. Because I am going to be bringing colour out. And this is part of the test about how much I would need to have on the surface. So this is one of the sections of will it work with what I've got in mind already. So that looks good enough to run with. So this one, we'll pop it up. Those who have caught many of my lives have probably heard me mention my large push pins. I was so excited to get them. They're still in the garage. Not a lie, not a word of a lie. Isn't that what they say? So it's kind of like when you want something and you're so excited to get it, but you don't want to use it because it might get dirty. Isn't that funny when you're doing fluid art? Oh, I don't want to get it dirty. Precious, precious. All right, where are we up to? It slims the painting down. Nice. Okay, I'm going to jump straight into this bit now. So the string, I'm not looking at, kind of looking at the colours blending as I go. So I'm not really going to be too concerned about reusing the same piece over and over till the canvas is covered. But what I'm going to do, which I just thought, is start with a loop. So I've got both ends in my hands and I'm just going to loop a section. I'm going to let that sit there for a moment because the string is not wet. Whereas generally if you're doing the string dip technique, it's already wet from soaking up paint. Alright, so now we'll come down and pull it all the way to the edge. However you feel like with that, I ended up steering it to the right a bit. Not worried about getting coverage right now. You can see where I grab little bits of colours. Oops. Is pulling enough paint, so I'm going to pull that way. It's just random, totally random is what I wanted for this. But all coming, bringing that to the outer edge with those colours coming through each other. I go this way now. Oh, that's pretty. So do a little loop to try and catch this bit. But what I'm also watching is the amount of white paint that pulls in the middle of the string. So I slow down where I start just going from one side to encourage that amount of paint off the side. The more steady you are when you're pulling this, the less chance you will have that that paint will roll over your string or your chain, unless that's what look you desire. Absolutely. Don't worry about it then. Pull your heart's content. So, right. How are we going? Right, so good morning from Canada. How are you going, Deborah? Thanks so much for coming in. Right. So now just continuing. I don't want to take all the paint. Just want to, oops. I've done it now. That's exactly what I was talking about. That's what I'm trying to avoid by going slow and steady. Maybe I'm just not not in a position to pull sideways very well. But never mind, made it work. So this is what I wanted to create, all these different varying streaks of green. Well, come back and try and get those white sections. There's a lot of paint. So I definitely didn't need as much colour. There's a lot still there. Are you using a panel or a canvas? Laurie, this is a canvas. It's an 8 by 10 inch canvas. So I didn't need as much of the feature colour, and I certainly didn't need as much of the white. So now I'm going to aim for the corner to start picking up that angle. So you can do this as a swipe if you'd like. I was hoping by using the string to create a more finer, delicate effect. But if you are really comfortable with swiping and perhaps you've given string a try and it's not your thing, apart from the fact that I would encourage you to keep trying. If you know it's not your thing, you know, swipe it if you'd like to try this idea. So what I always aim for is that throughout this video, may you be inspired, you learn something new, or simply relax while you're watching. Just coming over here. I'll try and do this bit in 2 sections. In there. And this is why I'm not cleaning off the string as well, because I want that multiple variation of colour right throughout, streaking out to those edges. There we go, that's pretty much covered, except if I turn it back around and get some bits down the bottom. That was from when I started. And down here, and I wasn't sure about the amount of paint on there, but I can tell now there's definitely too much on there. Alright, surely I can get this technique right. Of course. Absolutely. Practice and determination. I think if you're having trouble with something, it's always good to slow down and have a look. Go back to the beginning. Go back to where you were originally inspired. And just take a moment to breathe and give it another shot. Okay. So I've definitely got my multiple streaks. And it would be really a lot quicker to swipe it. So the question is, do you swipe it? Do you string it? And I'm going to say whatever you feel comfortable with, because I am now feeling that I would like to play with this a little bit more. So I'm just putting some paint onto the string, my wool that I like to use. So now I'm going to put it into that center and weave it in and out a little bit. Holding it too far back. I'll have better control if you hold it up closer, and then you can. A lot of the techniques I really enjoy. I also sit here and play around with too. So I'll, like now, this is just what came to mind. So I went, you know what, because this is a trial, I'm going to go with it. So my initial vision didn't have wibbly wobbly lines, but that's what happened. And I like it. I like being a little bit more connected to the paint than just some other techniques at times. Sometimes you might not. You might just want to go, I need to do a painting, and just do it. Other times you might be like, you know what, I'm going to play. You never know what could come from it. Alright, so we definitely got that. But now that this center has too much paint on there, I have to work out what to do with that. So I'm going to try and scoop it. There we go. There's no silicone, Laurie. Yep, there's definitely some reactions in here. Generally, I find the reactions happen with metallics, which I don't have in this one, and the house paint, which I do have. So you've got some up there. Hey Doris, how you going? So it does get some reactions, which I'm quite happy with. And there's no extra cleanup from these reactions. How's that shot? Okay. There we go. Excellent. So I'm just going to try and scoop some of that. So maybe I've got 2 cups here. I'm literally going to put it on the canvas and scoop and see if I can get that paint up. Look at that. I did. Oop, I hit it with the back of the cup too. Never mind. I'll just get some more string. So these are the cups that I can use afterwards and scrape up this paint, and it'll blend together for a different shade of green again. So do have to come back over here. Kind of an alternative to what I was thinking. So I'm coming from the outside in, and I need more height, I think. Try and break up that line. Alright, please excuse my chair. I have another chair that I'm going to do a top for. It's in the garage, so excited about that. So let me show you what I just did. Tapping my finger back and forth. So it's kind of like string dip flower effect, like these, plus a little bit of balloon. So totally random, right? Oh. This larger section of the neon is bothering me, so I'm going to use the string and pull it out. Just dripped. It's okay. Alright, so now I'm going to use the end of the string again to create a bit of a wave in there. Alright, and up here. Oop. So definitely been up way too early today. Oh no. So on this one, things I've learnt, but let me add in my feature colours. So I'm going with brown because I love green and brown. So just testing it off to the side. And now just going to go with start over here. So that's cutting through the feature. The orange. Can we see a landscape view, please? Sure. In a moment. I will turn it. Okay, so this will be a little bit harder because it's in the soft drink bottle. I'm going to try and do I'm sure it's coming, really, it is. There we go. Whoops. Okay. I wasn't planning for that big, huge orange, but it's just started flowing a little bit more than I expected. So, okay, come on, get some momentum. Oops, I want drops, so I've got to be slow and quick all at the same time. Oops. Ooh. And with the gold, I'm sure I've drained this so much. Get a couple of quick drips out before it runs out. That's all. No, there's more. 1, 2. So now just looking at this, I'm going to use my fingers again. Just going to flick it a little bit, tap it, flick it. That one's to the right. And tap to the side of it because I lost that one. Interesting. If you just tap to the side and capture part of it, half of it, maybe, you got more of a chance of not losing it, like that one. And that one. Not so sure I'll have much of a chance of losing that big one. There's some colour in there. Alrighty. Let's grab the side of it, flick it out. Who am I thinking of right now? Anne Osborne. She would do little flingy bits from her flip and drags. There we go. I don't like the big one. So much paint on there, I'm able to do that. Oh, this is what happens when you try something. But yeah, thank you so much for being here, everybody. I'm happy to leave that bit like that. Might just put a little bit of puddle the orange here. Dip my finger in it. Leave some behind and flick some out to the side. Got to get it to drip off your finger first. Big one here. Oh, just tapped it. Alright, so I will turn this landscape. We will have a look and then we'll be signing off for the night. So it's definitely an odd little painting. I'm not overly mad at it. I think there's still some kinks I need to work out. Definitely worked out some important things though, which is what it's all about. So, a little bit of gold in there. Yeah, okay. There was something else I wanted to do a line with, but now I can't think of that. Maybe I just needed it a little bit more. Yep, that's the one. Okay, I'll torch it, clear away any bubbles. Turn it landscape so you can have a look. Alright, I'll have a check of what's happening in the chat. Let's see. Okay. That goes down. You've been inspired. Jump out of bed. Give it a go. No, sleep is important. Landscape. Gorgeous. Thank you, Doris. Tish, you're here. The Artist Haven. How you going? Tish, what have you got on? What have you got coming up? Okay, let's have a look. Just getting your coffee. All right, so I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. That last extra line that I squiggled on really made a difference for me. So that's awesome. Right, we are in winter now, but these gold and orange with the green and the brown kind of reminds me of autumn. So, all right. Alright, so let's have a look before we sign off. So there's the overall. So there you go. So we'll come down, we'll look around the outside first. So if you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. And remember to hit that bell and select all for notifications, so you'll be alerted when we have new videos or live streams come up. So for those of you who are following along with our June tile challenge with Doris, who is here with us, Len's going on brown time. Okay, cool. Yeah, our June tiles, there's a new tile every day. There's only 7 more, if I can count correctly. 8 more. But yeah, if you've missed any, be sure to go back and have a look and check it out. So we'd so appreciate that. And if you'd like to join in as well. So there is that middle finger tapping section. That is cool. I love that. So, alright, we'll put it up and we'll turn you around. If you've enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. And for those watching the replay, please leave me a comment down below. What do you think of using the string? Are you really comfortable with swiping if you do acrylic pouring yourself? Or would you do this with the string like I did? And see what works best for you. I love to hear how other people go with things. So speaking of that, I have a Facebook group now. And so if you're not already in there, if you're on Facebook and would like to join us and share your creations and ask questions or find inspiration or anything, type in the search bar creating and sharing with Tracy. And don't forget to put the E in Tracy. So yeah, so there we have it. And as well as all of that, it's really fantastic and really supportive, and so very much appreciated if you would share the videos with others that you know might appreciate it. So that really does help the channel grow. How's that from that view? Yeah, so I think I prefer the other view, or in portrait, the way I had it initially. Oh, Giselle. Hi, thank you so much. Oh, it's lovely to have you here. That is stunning. Thank you, Tish. Just an idea I wanted to play with. It's not 100%, but there's so much I learnt. Don't need a lot of paint in the center, which is the feature color, so the greens. I had too much in there. I had too much of the white surrounding it to glide the paint over, because I didn't want to tilt it either. So what was down needs to not be too thick. When you do these little blobs to fingerling them, don't tap directly on them, tap on half of it and flick it, because otherwise they can get swallowed up by the rest of the paint. So that's pretty much what I learnt with this one. I have a hair. Boy, oh boy. Got it. There we go. All right. So yeah, great experiment. Great little canvas that I did this trial on before going huge, because that would take quite some time. So yeah. Sunny, have a great day, night, everybody. Yes, thank you, Doris. And to you, not sure which way you prefer. Yeah, take care always. Absolutely. So thank you so much for being here. You guys are amazing, and I appreciate you so much. And if you do have to go anywhere, please take care. So let's come down while I wish you all and sign off with be kind, be creative, and be fabulous. Bye.